There is this one person, whether it's your girlfriend, boyfriend, best friend, or whatever. Deep down, you know they are not good for you. They probably make you feel bad, feel sorry, feel guilty, but you just can't leave them. And you already know what I'm gonna say. You tell yourself you are done for 100 times, and you are still there. And I have friends that try to get me to do things I didn't want to do, like partying, drinking, whatever. And every time I say no, he will get some friends of mine to hype me up into doing it or sometimes demand me to do stuff. What I've gone through is only a small problem in personal relationships, because some of you watching this video might deal with something more complicated, something heavy than that. So why do people stay with someone that is not right for them? Most people would probably say, I love them, so I will do everything to be with them, or I don't want to lose them. And that's real, but it's not the whole picture, because underneath that, a lot of times it's something that people don't want to look at, like attachment, When you have been with someone for a very long time, you start mixing up the history with the person rather than the actual person. You are not holding on to them anymore. You are holding on to everything you both went through together. Every memory, every inside joke. And you guys go on trips together, the late nights where there was only both of you talking, all of that. And leaving them just means that you are throwing it all away. So you choose to stick around. Because letting go of them means letting go of that too. And there's a lot to let go of. At this point, it's not about them anymore. It's everything you built, every beautiful moment you had. And the idea of giving up all that feels impossible. And that's the identity as well. Like girlfriend, boyfriend, that word, that title means a lot to you. Even when the person behind it stops acting like that, then you are not holding on to them, you are holding on to the version of them that fits the title. You are holding on to what they were supposed to be, who they were the first time you guys met, when everything was actually good. So you keep waiting for the version to come back. You tell yourself, if I can just hold a little bit longer or do things a little differently, then things would eventually work out. And man, we all know it never comes. It's painful to accept the truth because it means you're admitting that the person you thought they were didn't really exist anymore. And they're so hard to accept for someone you actually love. And then there's a fear of being alone, Some people would rather stay in bad relationships than sit alone with themselves. Like, I think it's a thing that people have, and it happens when you never learn how to be alone with yourself. You never learn how to be alone, so you stay somewhere you shouldn't be because at least it's something. At least someone's there even if it's hurting you. That makes zero sense from the outside, by the way. Like, if you were in that situation, your other friends would be pouting and screaming at you to leave that relationship because it makes no sense from their perspective. But on the other side, if you have never been in it, you genuinely don't understand how someone chooses to stay in something like that. And most people won't admit the fact that they are, oh, I'm insecure, I'm scared of being alone. They just think, I don't want to lose them. It's so painful to leave them. They don't go deeper than that, so they just stay. They can't explain their situation to other people because they can't really explain it to themselves. And when someone from the outside says just leave, just broke up with them, it sounds so obvious, but from the inside, you know it's hard. Leaving them means giving up on the routines, the life, and the goals you built together. Starting from scratch is terrifying, especially when you feel like you are not enough without that person. And what the second person is doing, like your partner, the second you start pulling away, the person reacts. They cry, they completely fall apart in front of you. And because you actually care, or you care too much, that's the whole problem. You care. You can't just watch that happen and leave. So you comfort them. You stay. You say, babe, everything is fine. Everything's gonna be okay. Then a few days, weeks pass. Then it slowly goes back to exactly what it was. And slowly they know if they just beg and cry in front of you, you will keep coming back. Eventually, they will use it against you every single time. Some people don't even realize they are doing it, but it works. So they keep doing it because you keep letting it work. So you are trapped in this endless cycle of you pull away, they break down, you forgive, things are good like for a day, then it all repeats again. And every time this cycle goes on, it makes it harder to leave because now you have invested more time, energy, and money. It just keeps piling up. And another thing is love bombing. I kinda hate this term, but it is what it is. It's when the person feels you are becoming quiet or sleeping. They become everything you always wanted them to be, like sending good morning texts, making plans, making big promises, texting cute emojis and stuff. And you think, oh my gosh, I'm wrong. This time is going to be so different. Like it just works. Not because you are stupid, because the version of them is real. You fell for them because of it. You keep hoping it stays perfect, it never does, and it never will. Give it a few days and you are right back where you started. Except now, you have made them think that you are not going anywhere, you will stay no matter what. You basically teach them that this cycle works, that if they just do the right things for a while, and you will basically reset, and they will use it on you over and over again. When you are in a relationship, especially when you are young, you guys make promises, like staying together forever, happily ever after, so when things get bad, leaving them doesn't just like leaving a person you love. It also means breaking your own word, and it's hard for most people to sit with. That guilt alone keeps people stuck for years, staying in relationships that they know is destroying their life. You're trying to maintain something that you said when you were a completely different person from now, to someone who has shown you time and time again that they don't deserve your care and attention. People can have different ways to manipulate you into staying in bad relationships. Like people would say something like, nobody will ever love you like I do, or even worse, nobody else will even love you. And that lie only hits on the person who has already believed in that deep down. The person that was supposed to love them uses the same exact thing against them. It's like the same person making you feel worthless and unwanted is the only person making you fulfilled. And that's kinda difficult for people to wrap their head around. And they know that and they use it on purpose. So every time they say something good, they know you will stay, you won't leave. Slowly and surely, the idea just reinforces in your head until you actually believe that staying with them is good for you. And this is the most dangerous belief that someone can put in your head. The fact that leaving them is bad for you. What happens next is that you stay with them not because you love them, it's because you think you don't deserve anything better. And I would like to talk about the after effects of leaving a person in a romantic relationship. Most people that do these videos explain how they got out of it. They would say the hardest part is just the act of leaving someone, and then it's over. But we know it's not. For someone who has had a relationship, leaving is just the start of the whole thing. There's the things you left behind, and you have 10 t-shirts at their house, you have some of their things, the stuff they gave you that they want back, and now you have the reason to see them again. You see them and everything that made you stay just comes rushing out. Some people will just give everything back and cut off everything. And some people, they still keep in contact, which is crazy to me. That's the thing nobody talks about. It's every time you respond to their text, every time you see their feed, every time you think you can get them back, you are starting all over. Also, you lose the friends you once had when you were in that relationship. If you had a relationship with the person for quite a while, you both probably have mutual friends. And those people usually choose to be on specific people's side. Some will stay neutral because they don't want to lose both people, but for most, they are going to back up specific people, and that's usually the person they are more closer friends with. So you didn't just lose that person, you lose your entire friend group. There's a lot to take, especially for young people, where their whole life is tied to their social life. So the way to stay out of this relationship involves a whole shift in your mind. It's not just one decision that you just make to that person. Something has to change inside of you before leaving them in something better. And that shift is the moment you stop making everything about them and start making it about you, only you. Because that's your life, that's really it, You only have one life, so you might as well live on your own terms. So when the moment comes for you, a lot of things start to change. It stops being about things in that relationship or the promise you made when you were with them from the start, when you didn't know anything. It becomes about what really matters to you, what's actually worth having, what's actually worth pursuing, who you are becoming. And that person, they will just find the next person that's willing to do the same thing, and that's who they are. Then, months later, you are on a completely different path. You figure out what you have learned from that relationship or crush or whatever. You started building your life. Things start to feel more authentic. You take things more seriously. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about in this video. Do like and subscribe if this relates to you in any way. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.